Are you ready?
Take 3 Wrestling Podcast. We're live, baby, live. It is Thursday, the 18th of September, 2025. Back in the saddle, our regular Thursday night time slot. We have a lot to talk about tonight as it is preview, baby, preview.
So many previews as I remember to unmute my microphone.
Hooray!
Heyo.
Upcoming events on the old cage match. You know, obviously we have the big one in Indianapolis, Indiana, WrestlePalooza. We've got All Out. Pretty sure there's like a pre-show to a pre-show for the Canadian Stampede.
There's a lot of pre-showing. Yes.
Boy.
I think what you guys have to realize. You hear me, right?
Correct.
We do.
Okay. So this is important. We should accept this moving forward for all time. Like no surprises. You should just expect it, okay? Every single time we have a preview to do, we are going to have at least 2 previews to do.
Yeah.
Because WWE is going to forevermore schedule shows on the same day with some level of layover as AEW shows.
Yeah, whether it's NXT or an actual WWE show, it's kind of the pattern here.
I don't think in the last month or two we've actually done a deep dive on a preview of an NXT show. It's been more like rapid fire. Who do you think is going to lose to Obafemi?
Pretty much. I mean, this week I watched I actually watched NXT. It's the first Tuesday NXT I've watched in what year is it?
Yeah, that year.
You know, give me a special show that makes me really actually want to tune in. And by special show I mean tell me Rhea Ripley's going to be on a Tuesday.
Tell me we're going to get retro Finn Balor.
Yeah, that was cool. It was fun, man. It was fun. Just a little bit something different, a little bit fun. And well, there we go. And Bills win. But closer than it should have been. And Josh Allen fell 12 yards short of what I needed him to hit.
I needed him to score a rushing touchdown, so I feel your pain.
Sports gambling's dumb, folks. Don't start doing it.
If you or one of your loved ones have a problem, call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Bye, Joe. He gone again.
He's even upset.
He was upset. I mean, I appreciate him standing up for me like that. He didn't have to.
Solidarity, baby.
That's what I appreciate about him. He's a good one. He's a good one, that one.
All right, so while we wait for Joe to figure out if he's leaving work or not.
Yeah, something like that.
We've talked off air as I think he's trying to crash back into the studio. Before we actually previewed the show, plural.
Uh-huh.
It was announced earlier today on the Pat McAfee show. WrestlePalooza from Indianapolis, Indiana, as Pat would say if he was on the show.
The
Palooza will open with John Cena versus Brock Lesnar.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So then I sent that in our chat, and I said, what even closes All Out this year?
Yeah.
You mentioned the AEW World Title match. It's probably what should close it out, but that thing felt like it was thrown together in a week and a half.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, what closes that show?
Yeah, actually being in Canada.
Yep, there you go. I know where you're going with this, and you're right.
And I think you even said it after I
did.
replied, Hangman. Yeah, it's probably gonna. I forgot where it was when we were talking. It's probably
sense.
gonna be Cope and Christian.
Stupid ledge versus FTR.
Or
Now, well, here's a question, real fast, before we get the other option. Would you be? Are you excited for the thought of Cope and Christian versus FTR, like enough for that to be a main event? Or would it have been more of a main event if this was their first time tagging together again, as opposed to them having that kind of practice match against Kip Sabian and Killswitch last month?
I mean, it would have been cooler if this would have been the first one. But here's my other thought too: is if you don't close the show with this,
you open with it.
You open with it, but then I think you close with the 4-way ladder match, and we'll preview in a little bit who we think wins, but whoever is sitting atop the ladder, and then you hear
on this day.
Yeah, you hear Cope's music hit, and they come out and confront them. That's a good way to bookend a show in Toronto with the Canadian homeboys.
I don't hate that idea,
but
I have something else for that ladder match, which we'll obviously get into. So
okay.
I don't know.
All right. That's fine. We'll get there.
I said the other match that you could close the show with is the coffin match.
Good. Yeah.
And I think that's the match that closes the show.
Who's that? That Darby and Moxley?
Correct.
Yeah. Let's be real. There was a real world where that was probably meant to be the world title match on the show. You can't convince me that Tony Khan hadn't intended, with all of that storyline building and all of that Moxley and Darby Allin feud and carrying around the belt and the briefcase and yada yada yada, that the end goal wasn't this match. And kudos to Tony Khan for realizing, hey, this is being dragged out too much. Hey, this shit ain't working. Hey, people aren't really into this Moxley world title reign that much. And pivoting and going in a different direction, because honestly, I think more people are more excited for Adam Page fighting whoever. He could be fighting fucking Pepe if he's out there making a comeback, as most luchadors are right now. You know, he could be fighting that. And I think people would be more excited than seeing Darby and Moxley, specifically for the title. I do think Darby and Moxley is still a great match and a marquee match, and I'm fine with that getting the main event. Like I said, I think it's been built as a main event. It just happens to not be a title match at this point in time because they made better decisions. So, I could totally see that being the main event.
If that was the main event for the world title, I wouldn't watch this fucking show.
I think that was the sentiment among a lot of people, which is why they pivoted. I love Page. I love Page. I love him being world champion. I know I'm not alone in any of this. You can't tell me him winning the world title didn't feel like a pivot.
I think the reality of the situation is they noticed that if Darby wasn't getting that title match at All In, whoever was getting that match had to win the title. It didn't matter who it was. Adam Hangman Page, Kenny Omega, Broke Neck Will Ospreay, Swerve, you, me, Josh Allen on a soggy field in Buffalo. Don't matter. whoever was fighting him at Y'all In had to walk out of Y'all In with the title. They needed the feel good moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Adam Hangman Page was the recipient of that moment, and I'm super happy about it. I'm happy he's the world champion. I think it's his run doesn't need to be earth shattering or monumental. He's already had that run, but I think it's got to be something that makes sense because the Death Rider shit hasn't made sense at all.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So I guess let me ask you guys this hypothetical question then before we get into the full previews. Jim, you have 2 TVs. You have an extra caveat here. John Cena, Brock Lesnar, insert main event here. What gets priority?
If all playing fields were level, if it's easier for me to just as easy for me to consume All Out and consume WrestlePalooza, and let's hype it. I have Notre Dame's playing on the main TV, right? Because this Saturday, yeah, because Notre Dame will be playing until probably about 7 o'clock. If I'm already watching All Out and the main event has started prior to 7 o'clock, I will keep All Out on. If we hit 7 o'clock and the main event has not started,
yes,
I would probably leave All Out, turn on WrestlePalooza, and go back to that main event once the Notre Dame game is over.
Okay.
So I would put then WrestlePalooza on the big TV,
unless Notre Dame's up by 49, and then you might turn it off. And
then I can close it out, finish watching that on a phone or an iPad.
Okay.
Yeah, I would. And then obviously, if the main event's ended, I'm not going to stick around for the post match goo goo gaga. I'll switch right over. But yeah, if I'm already in the main event, I'm going to stay. If I'm not there yet, then I'm going to switch.
Makes sense. I think mine would just depend on what the main event actually is.
Yeah.
The coffin match, I'm going to skip a car crash that I've watched every other Darby Allin match become and go back and watch it later to watch the final chapter of Brock Lesnar versus John Cena live.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Legend Stoop versus FTR. I might start WrestlePalooza on my computer and leave AEW on.
Legend Stoop, by the way.
Huh?
I love that you call them Legend Stoop.
It's easy. It's so much easier.
Just as a by the way. I fucking love that Legend Stoop.
Check out the new Legend Stoop sign.
Oh my god. Also, so they released new C&C. Now it is like an ampersand C&C shirts. I don't think they thought that through, because I saw somebody like pretty immediately point out the fact that C&C is a acronym that's used in like the adult industry.
Wait, really?
Yeah. So hold on, I'm gonna go to let's go to Urban Dictionary.
It must be a straight thing, 'cause I don't know it.
So Urban Dictionary, let's see here.
The Does it involve stepmoms?
It might.
Maybe. So this is the first definition. In the BDSM community, CNC stands for consensual non-consensual, also known as rape play. Although it varies from scene to scene, it's usually an extreme power exchange where, according to previous negotiation, there is a victim overcome by a predator by force. So get your new CNC t-shirt at shopaew.com.
God, it's a terrible shirt too.
Oh, it's okay. It's like a skull.
It's two skulls, one with a lightning bolt, one with a maple leaf out of it.
Right? It's it's an awful shirt.
It's almost as disrespectful as the AEW Hispanic Heritage Month Viva la Lucha
Right.
t-shirt that they have going on right now.
Yeah.
That one?
I did. It's choices were made. Not great ones, but choices were made.
Jesus. That is awful.
Yeah, it's bad. But do we want to jump into the preview of
Sure.
of All Out? All right. So Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, Scotiabank Arena, Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
Beautiful.
It is beautiful this time of year. Just lovely this time of year. Toronto, Ontario, Canada. A currently from crest to tip 13 match card.
Jesus fuck, bro.
Now 3 of these are in the buy-in that probably starts in an hour from now. Yeah, 13 matches. We will start with the 8-woman tornado tailgate brawl. It is I mean, it's a long name, but I'm pretty okay with everything that's gonna happen.
Oh yeah, me too, but what are we doing?
Harley Cameron, Mina Shirakawa, Queen Aminata, and Willow Nightingale taking on Megan Bayne, Penelope Ford, and the Triangle of Madness, which is Julia Hart and Sky Blue. Mike.
There's 3 things in life that are certain: death, tax, and sky blue.
Joe.
I mean, I'm just going to go ahead and take the other team to be a contrarian.
Mike knows. Sky Blue it is. Next one, singles match. It's just wild that this is on a buy-in. Not that there's any like big long feud here, but like a couple years ago would have felt like one or both of these guys should have probably been on the pay-per-view card. But Daniel Garcia taking on Katsuyori Shibata. Mike.
I will take the newly membered of the Death Riders that I don't know if he's actually a member of the Death Riders, Daniel Garcia.
All right, Joe.
Yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and take Garcia too. Even though I love me some Shibata.
I mean, Shibata's great. Always prime for a good Ryan joke with the Wawa Shibata melt.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I feel like this is a Daniel Garcia time. So I think Garcia is going to get the win. Tag team match still on the pre-show. The Ops, Smojo and Powerhouse Hobbs taking on the Workhorsemen, Anthony Henry and JD Drake. Mike.
Who? I'll take Hobbs and Sweet Tooth.
Joe.
Yeah. I don't. Who are the Workhorsemen again?
They were cool in like Ring of Honor back when like they were on HD Net or something. I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
Maybe
yeah.
I don't even know.
Allegedly, it's Anthony Henry and JD Drake. But yeah, this one pretty easy. It would be an oops if they didn't book the Ops to win in this one.
I hate that team name. I really do.
They have so many bad team names in AEW.
They have been a tag team since 2017.
Okay.
They've held. There's no way that this is right at all. Oh, AWE Tag Champs. I thought it said AEW. I was like, there's no way that the fucking Workhorsemen have been the AEW Tag Team Champions. Bullshit. They were the Evolve Tag Team Champions for 76 days.
Oh,
That is their claim to fame.
Claim to shame was correct.
They defeated Catch Point of Chris Dickinson and RIP, the recently deceased Jaka.
Okay.
They lost the titles at Evolve 92, some 7 shows later, to the randomest tag team in Evolve history, ACH and All Ego Ethan Page.
Okay.
Yep, there it is.
Okay. That's
That was a thing.
I guess that's a thing. All right, moving on to the main show tag team match. We were just talking about it. CNC taking on FTR, Mike.
Stupid ledge.
Joe.
Yeah, I'm definitely taking whips and chains for the win. Like, it's Toronto. They're not winning.
Right. I mean, there's like the slightest bit chance that Tony screws this up, but I'm gonna give him the benefit
Tony.
of the doubt. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt here, and I'm gonna say it's gonna be the BDSM community's favorite tag team. Trios match: Hurt Syndicate of Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, and MVP taking on Ricochet and GOA, who Bishop Khan and Toa Leona. Mike.
We hurt people. I'm never picking Ricochet. I don't even know why you asked.
Well, I mean, it's just a formality at this point.
He's still a dick.
Always. Joe.
I'm confused. I thought the Hurt Syndicate were the tag champions.
They dropped the tag titles to Brodito.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that was a thing. Okay, I'm less confused then. Yeah, I guess I don't want Ricochet to win. Yeah, give me the Hurt Syndicate.
Yeah, it should absolutely be the Hurt Syndicate. Yes, please don't do anything dumb here. Don't do a Tony. Singles match for the AEW TBS Championship, and Mercedes has had a good run. I think the good run of matches ends on Saturday. Mercedes Moné defending against Riho.
Wait, you mean Ernest Christian's favorite AEW women's wrestler is fighting for a title?
She is.
In honor of our old compadre, Ernest Christian, give me Riho.
There you go. Joe.
So wait, when you say you think her run of good matches is ending, like you think she's losing the belt, or you think that this match is just going to suck?
Well, I'll give you my prediction in a second, but I think the match is going to stink.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm not yet convinced that Mercedes Moné is ever losing anything other than world title matches in AEW. So give me Mercedes to win.
Yeah, Mercedes is absolutely going to win this match. I just don't think it's going to.
Dude, oh my god, I'm dead. So my watch just heard the sentence that I said, and it looked up, like it went. Oh man, it just disappeared. It went to like the internet, and off of my sentence found a Reddit thread called Mercedes Moné should lose the belt this Saturday. It's like shade, Apple Watch.
That's awesome. I love that.
I actually agree, because I think for her to have a serious chance to ever walk out with the AEW World Title, she can't be the TBS champion.
I agree with that. I also don't think Toni Storm is ever losing the Women's World Title, though.
More on that In a minute.
All right. Coffin match. I lost my spot on my run sheet here. Coffin match. Darby Allin taking on John Moxley. Mike.
On paper, this is where you say to yourself, hey, we've promised John Moxley a vacation for the last 485 years. This is the perfect chance to have John lose a match and take some time off. And then you woke up from your fever dream and remembered that it's Tony Khan Presents Wrestling.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. John Moxley's never taking any time off.
No, never. That being said, I am actually going to take John Moxley to be victorious in this coffin match, leading to a return of a certain someone, which we'll get to shortly.
Is it someone whose theme song sounds like a Don Henley song?
He's already back as part of the commentary team.
I know, but I mean, he could go in the ring. Well, he shouldn't, but he could.
I think they will have the numbers, they being the Death Riders. I believe that there will be some trolling of Brian Danielson from whether it's Yuta or Claudio or Gabe Kidd. I do think that he could get involved in some way, shape, or form. But I do think that there will be another new member of the Death Riders that gets declared on Saturday that helps John Moxley win this match. Because that person is making his return earlier in the show. It is his best friend, the War King, the last of a dying breed. It's Eddie Kingston.
Okay. Joe?
I don't even remember what match we were talking about.
Death, Mox, and a coffin.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like Darby Allin wins big matches, so give me John Moxley.
But the internet told me that I was supposed to believe that he's a true world title and the guy who should take the title off of John Moxley, but he doesn't win big matches. Make it make sense.
Yeah. Yeah, Mox. Especially, yeah. Unfortunately, it looks like this Death Riders thing is
over.
It's not going away anytime soon.
Do you hate it a little bit less that at least it doesn't involve the world title now?
I suppose.
It's at least a little bit more bearable.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah. Like
I still don't love it, but at least it's not Maria Shafir walking around with a briefcase that the world title's supposedly in. Although she's still wearing the key, which I don't understand.
Yeah.
It's the key to her shirt.
Then shouldn't Roderick be wearing that then?
Nope. She wears the pants in that relationship.
Oh.
What?
I would just like to say the views and opinions expressed by Mike are entirely his own in relation to Roderick Strong's marriage and whether or not he's a cuck.
Nobody gives a shit about Roddy's marriage. He wears shitty little boots.
Do you think Marina? Do you think she built the cuck chair for him, or do you think they just borrowed it from CNC?
Borrowed with no intent on returning.
That's fair.
Yeah.
It's not fair, but it's fair.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
Makes sense, not fair.
Correct. Correct.
Make love, not Wardlow.
Tables and thumbtacks match. Mark Briscoe versus MJF, Mike.
Well, Joe just said the name that I was going to say is going to return in this match. It's Wardlow.
Not Dude Love?
No.
Wait, I thought Wardlow just got big hurt again.
Did he? I don't know.
I think so.
Well, then I'm wrong.
He be doing that.
Yeah,
If he's healthy, I think he returns. But I think he returns to help his own associate Maxwell Jacob Friedman. If he's hurt, MJF still wins because Mark Briscoe doesn't win big matches on AEW pay-per-views.
I swear to God, if Wardlow reunites with MJF
Yep, let's do it.
after all this time, where we never got any level of anything from that, like this man has been nothing but potential for 7 years because he just either kept getting injured or put in the wrong storyline. Like if he just goes back to square one from 7 years ago, I'm a fight. I don't know.
Fight.
I don't think it's going back to square one. I see it more as kind of the way that I see Daniel Garcia potentially being a red herring inside the Death Riders. I could see Wardlow fooling MJF into keeping him close to then inevitably destroy him. To get the final ounce of retribution that he's never gotten.
Okay. Now, I did see, it was reported by Sean Ross Sapp last week
He's dead.
that torn pec.
If Sean Ross Sapp reported it, you might as well just say he's dead.
Yeah, torn pec for Wardlow. Yep. So looks to be another setback there.
How'd he tear his pec? He's never in the ring.
American Gladiators.
Oh shit! I forgot he was doing that.
Damn. But so he just came back. Joe, did you pick Briscoe versus MJF?
No.
I'll take MJF.
Yeah, I think it's MJF here too. Unfortunately, I feel like whatever cool thing they felt like they were going to do with Mark Briscoe, it feels like it's just not going to happen anymore. 4-way match for the AEW Women's World Title. Timeless Toni Storm defending against Jamie Hayter, Chris Statlander, and Tekla.
They arrested Rampage Jackson's kid for that incident from last month, by the way.
Oh, good.
Took long enough.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, I guess they wanted to make sure that it definitely was not like a work or anything, that it was actually a criminal act. But yeah,
there's also a rumor floating around for tomorrow night's SmackDown, as I'm looking on PW Insider.
Oh,
Shinsuke Nakamura was seen in the area,
and the crowd goes mild.
Kiera Hogan was also departed from AEW.
Oh wow, okay.
The All Out.
Damn, that's rough. She lost her dad and got fired by AEW recently.
Jim, you were right, by the way. As of 3:00 this afternoon, FTR versus Adam Copeland and Christian Cage, Stoop and Ledge, will open All Out Toronto. Tony Khan.
There we go.
So Stoop and Ledge opening the show.
There we go.
You think that was always the plan, or you think they played chicken?
No, I truly believe that was always the plan.
Okay.
Yeah,
you want to get that crowd. That's how.
Yeah, it's a good way to start a Canada show.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great way to start a Canada show.
It is. That being said, I will take Timeless Toni Storm to retain, but I would not be surprised if Jamie Hayter walked out with the world title.
Yeah, Joe.
Yeah, I think Tony's gonna win, but I gotta say, like, I'd love to see somebody else win the belt here, especially since they could do it in a way where Tony doesn't even take a loss, and then we could have an interesting little storyline, a little character moment with her where she's not champion and maybe like kind of wants to be obsessed with getting the belt back or something, or maybe put her in a different storyline. Like there's room to do stuff with Tony where she's not the champion, you know? So I would love to see that. But I get that they don't want her to necessarily eat a fall. But here, this is your opportunity.
Right, exactly. This is you have a great chance here to to avoid her from doing that. Do I think Tony Storm will retain? Probably. However, I picked up Jamie Hayter in fantasy this week, so I have to go with my fantasy wrestling pick this week. Next one, singles match for the AEW World Championship. Hangman Adam Page defending against Kyle Fletcher. If any member of the Don Callis family interferes, Fletcher will be disqualified and stripped of his TNT championship. Mike.
Cow. Boy. Shit.
Yeah. Joe.
Yeah, there's no chance that anything else is happening. Come on.
No. This is.
I'm not mad at it.
I would actually love for something to happen. I would love for the stipulation to actually fucking happen and somebody from the Don Callis family get involved and they fucking strip fucking Fletcher of the TNT title.
That would be cool.
It never fucking happens.
No,
ever in professional wrestling.
It's another one of those. You see the gimmick and you know best 2 out of 3 falls.
Yep.
You know you're getting to the third fall.
So that's what I'm saying. Let him drop the title that way. He can win it back in a tournament or however you want to declare who's going to win the title.
Right.
Back next month. But let the stipulation actually play out. I think that would be actually very entertaining.
Well, it would really be entertaining too, because then it causes infighting in the Don Callis family. Like whoever broke it'll
be Lance Archer, because Lance Archer wanted the TNT title before Fletcher won it from. Who the fuck did Fletcher win it from? Dustin Rhodes.
I mean, that makes. I mean, I'm just saying, like, I could see.
Correct.
Infighting conflict. I know you already have Okada and Takeshita kind of having that. So adding more infighting to the Don Callis family. I mean, I'm not anti it. Like I do enjoy, and I don't know if this is on purpose or if it's just worked out this way, but I do enjoy that the Don Callis family is positioned as a stable the way the Bobby Heenan family was back in the day. So it's like they're not all working together necessarily. They all just kind of work for the same guy. And so sometimes they butt heads with each other. Like we all butt heads with some of our coworkers sometimes. Mm-hmm. You know, like that to me is more interesting than, 4 guys who are like, we have all the same gimmick and we're stable. It's like, no, this is different. I like that.
I truly believe that this was built to be like the Heenan family, where it's like they all signed a contract to work for Don Callis, but like they don't like each other.
Right.
Yeah. Absolutely. Joe, Hangman or Fletcher?
Oh, I said Hangman. There's no chance.
Yeah, it's Hangman. It's absolutely an easy pick there. 3-way match for the AEW Unified Championship. Okada defending against Takeshita and Mascara Dorada. Mike.
Like in my head, I want to take Masquerita Dorado.
Doritos.
Because I want the Doritos Locos Tacos to have a championship belt.
Oh, love those.
But then I remembered that we're in September. Mm-hmm. So we're like 2 months away from the Transcontinental Tri-Borough Classic.
Oh, yep.
So we could take the title off of Okada then. Because then that's a way that you could break up the triple belt without it actually like. Okada retains. God damn it, I don't fucking know. This is so fucking stupid. This concept's fucking retarded.
Joe.
Yeah, it's because you're trying to apply logic where there's not necessarily logic. Like there's not.
This concept
there's not a clear
retarded.
Like there's not a clear-cut storyline of where to go with this. That said, I think Takeshita wins.
I gotta poop, so hopefully he does.
Yeah, I same reason as Jamie Hayter. I took Dorada in the fantasy this week, so I got to pick him. Singles match, Big Bill versus Eddie Kingston.
If this match goes longer than 17 seconds, it's a crime against humanity. War King.
Yes. Yes.
That should be your main event.
Just Eddie Kingston like murder whipping.
Like literally.
Just drops him right on his dome. Fucking game over.
Right, exactly. Like y'all thought you were gonna see Brock Lesnar like fucking yeet John Cena into the crowd in 5 seconds. Hold my beer.
I mean,
yeah, no, definitely the last of a dying breed is winning this one.
Yeah, Kingston. First off, I'm never picking Big Bill. I'm just gonna throw that out there. I'm never gonna pick Big Bill for anything. And then last one, 4-way ladder match for the AEW World Tag Team titles. We got Bro Dito taking on the Young Bucks, taking on Jet Speed, Kevin Knight, and Speed Bag Mike Bailey, that fucking foot pervert. And the Don Callis family of Hechicero and Josh Alexander.
For those of you at home that haven't watched the Ring of Honor show that was main evented by Bandito versus Hechicero for the Ring of Honor World title, fantastic match. Go back and watch it. It's on Honor Club. I watched it live. I thought it was a great match. That being said, this will be a car crash. If known foot pervert Speed Bam Mike Bailey's foot does not get broken by a ladder in this match, you all suck.
Right, you have failed.
Just want you to know that. But here's where I said the edging or the stoop and fucking ledge collection fucking can come out after the match. On paper, a lot of people think it's the Bucks. I think the Bucks are going to be in prime position to win the title when somebody else makes their return to All Elite Wrestling. He was the scapegoat for a reason.
Oh, God.
Generic Jack cost the Young Bucks the AEW tag titles. They will be retained by Bro Dito because Jet Speed and the Don Callis family are like okay tag teams, but like kind of patchwork put together. If there was a real other tag team in this match, I would have probably went a different direction, but I think Bro Dito walks out with the titles. Shohei just hit one to the moon off the wall.
Joe?
Yeah, I'm in agreement. I think Bro Dito. I think that tag team is great. They impressed me when I saw them on Dynamite a couple of weeks ago, or maybe like a month ago. I don't know when that was. I think they're fantastic. I think that they're unique, and you can market them and have something really special. And then, yeah, sure. You know what? Fine. Let the Young Bucks and Jack Perry go off into the shortest feud in AEW history. And by that, I mean they're all 5'6".
Here's the thing. I think it's extremely likely that we get the Young Bucks versus the BDSM conglomeration of CNC. But because Tony can't control himself. That said, I'm not picking the Young Bucks because I've made a personal agreement with myself never to pick the Young Bucks. So I'll take Bro Dito to win. And may God have mercy on our souls.
Well, you know, the funny thing is, and I've thought about this over the last couple hours, Jack Perry returns, but not as the scapegoat.
Okay.
Jack Perry is going to return, and he's going to align himself with someone who just left his tag team partner. A dinosaur that changed his name to Killswitch.
Oh, so we're just getting recycled garbage.
Correct. We're getting recycled Jurassic Express. We're going to rehire Marco Stunt.
Oh, God.
Oh, that'd be the only good part about them coming back as Jurassic Express.
Something like that.
I mean, the song was the only good part of Jurassic Express the first time.
Yeah, I mean, I just hope I never have to see Marco stunt in a wrestling ring again.
All right, here, I'll make you a deal. Marco Stunt doesn't come back, but Jurassic Express reunites and we get the song.
All right, I can dig
All
that.
right, good,
I'm
good,
in.
good deal.
You had me in the first half.
Not so fast, my friend.
Not so fast, my
But
friend.
what if they're evil, like they're heels, and it's like a cover of that song, but it's like a dark like metal cover.
Ooh.
I'm in.
Yo, I mean, yeah, I'm in even
It's
harder.
like Marilyn Manson covering that song.
You get anybody in the death metal genre. You start with the. You could even start with the up tuned beat, and then just and turn it into the dark. I'm all in. Let them be heels. They don't have to be faces in this.
I'd rather
rebirth
see
of
them as heels. I'd rather see them do something new.
You know, they don't have to be called Jurassic Express. You could just literally be like, my only true friend was the guy who, you know, told me a year and a half ago to leave all you fans in the fucking background, and I didn't believe him. So that's why he went to Christian. And now I believe my friend again. And you fucking just have Jack Perry and Killswitch. You don't even have to fucking go back to Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus.
Yeah,
Right.
no, I'm in on that. I'm definitely in on that. All right, well, that's AEW All Out.
All right, make sure you guys take a bathroom break now because the show starts in 5 minutes.
Oh, holy hell. Now, Joe, there was something AEW-ish related that you wanted to touch on too, right?
Yeah, so it occurred to me last week, and I texted you guys this like as soon as it occurred to me. One thing that I feel like we're missing with the story of WWE taking WrestleMania to Saudi Arabia and that being made official is the bigger picture, which is and we've talked about it a little bit before. We've touched on it. I know one of the people on the board at TKO or one of the heads of the company, something like that, had a quote recently where he said, like, "Hey, look, I'm paraphrasing. I don't remember what the exact quote was. One of you guys might be able to find it, but it was like
It up, yeah.
it was basically saying, hey, the former owner of this company was interested in pricing tickets so that families could come. We are not. We're interested in pricing tickets so that we can get the most money for these tickets as long as they'll sell." And nothing's made that more abundantly clear than them signing the deal that they signed in Saudi Arabia to get WrestleMania there. Because, like, look, from a business perspective, $250 million to do a show that otherwise you're only getting like $50 million to do locally in America. Yeah, I get it. You weren't trying to make that money. Like, cha-ching. Good for you guys. Like, you know what? Like, totally understand. But from a family friendly in terms of like being able to bring your family to a show and being able to afford bringing your family to a show, they've clearly outpriced that for most people is what I would say. You know, at this point now, a family of four trying to go to a WWE show closer to $1,000 than it's ever been at any time in history. Like even to just get in the building, you know? So what I'm seeing here is if WWE is going to go in that direction, and in my mind, more power to them, Mazel Tov, go make money, whatever. But if that's the direction they're going in, then we are seeing a hole in the market here in America for essentially a number one company for pro wrestling in America. WWE is number one in the world. No one's going to go after that title. No one's going to challenge them. They're in a whole other league. But a domestic number one, when WWE is also making it clear that they're going to take a lot of their business overseas, and they've been doing it for years now. There's a reason why, you know, look, in 1999, your B show pay-per-views took place in like Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Now your B show pay-per-views take place in Scotland. They take place in Australia. it's a different time. WWE has clearly embraced the global aspect of their company, the world aspect of World Wrestling Entertainment. And that's fine. Like I said, more power to them. But if there's an opening now, I think my question / just me wanting to make this comment, and you guys can talk about it from there, but like AEW feels like it has a chance right now. Put aside the quality. I think they've gotten better in the last 6 months than they were for a long time. But put that aside, put everything else aside, just the pure market fact that there is a place right now for people who want to go see live wrestling shows in America that may not have an opportunity to see WWE because they don't come to that town anymore, or because the tickets are $400 to get in the building when they do come into that town. And AEW has this opportunity to go to every town in America. They have the opportunity to sell affordable ticket prices where you can still bring your family, bring your friends. I have coworkers. I have this one coworker, one of my kitchen guys, huge WWE fan, talks to me all the time about WWE, talks to me about Raw. He'll if a PLE happens, I'll see him the next day and he'll be like, yo, did you see that? Like, all the time. This man a week ago asked me if I knew what AEW was. And I was like, yeah, I know what AEW is. I watch AEW sometimes and stuff. And he was like, is it good? And I was like, yeah, like it's got, there's good aspects to it. There's some good wrestlers. There's some wrestlers you might know. Started to name some people for him. You recognize some of the names, like WWE guys and stuff. And then the reason why he brought this up to me and the reason why we even got into this conversation is because AEW is doing Dynamite about an hour away from us in 2 weeks. They're doing Dynamite out in Hollywood, Florida. Mike and I might be going to that depending on if he can get the night off. We're trying to figure that out. So, if, basically he came across, I don't know if he came across it on Instagram or some social media, but he came across an ad for the fact that they're going to be in Hollywood, and he looked up tickets and was just like, wait a second, I can get decent seats for $50. I wonder if this is any good, which is why he asked me that question. He's bought tickets based on the conversation that we had. Because at the end of the day, it's $50 for a night out on your day off. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? You're going to at least have some level of fun being at a show. It's just any baseball game you go to, you're going to have some level of fun just being at a baseball game. It doesn't really matter if the game sucks or if your team loses. You're just going to enjoy a certain aspect of being there live. And I think that's something that AEW could very much capitalize on right now. I don't know that I shouldn't say this. I feel like I want to say I don't know if they're smart enough to realize it. But Ricochet had a quote. I know you hate the guy. But Ricochet had a quote recently where he basically said exactly what I'm saying. Hey, there's an opportunity here. We should take advantage of this. So I think my question / like I said, I just kind of want to make this comment, but do you guys think that Tony Khan and AEW are going to capitalize on this? Do you think that in my head, AEW has a real chance to do this thing where they basically can title themselves and prove themselves to be the #1 wrestling company in America? Now, granted, that's with the caveat of because WWE is #1 in the world. But as a local company in America, they have an opportunity to do something that nobody else is doing, not even WWE, which is putting on a show for American crowds, every city, every place that you can afford to go to.
Yeah, so I was able to find the quote. It was part of an interview he did with Ariel Helwani, and he said basically, quote, with how the world is today, I feel like having a place like AEW for families and for people who may not be able to afford to go to WWE, they can come to our show, have a good time, and experience an alternative to what's been going on for a long time. And honest to God, man, because I know obviously with the WrestleMania Saudi, there's a lot of people going, well, AEW should be smart enough to book a WrestleCon weekend and all of that in I don't know, hypothetically, New Orleans, the weekend of WrestleMania 43. Because New Orleans already lost WrestleMania 42. They're not getting 43. Who knows if they're getting 44 at this point? So if you're AEW, WWE is going to be overseas. Very little, if any, normal WWE fans, and I say that meaning the fans that you usually see ringside at WrestleManias and big pay-per-views, not that the people of Saudi Arabia are not normal. But your normal floor seat WrestleMania fans, your people like you guys that they used to travel around the country to WrestleManias every year, are probably not going to be there. So there's an opportunity. So I get like everybody already started talking about that, but I'm like, let's really look at what's happening with the dynamics here. You know, we're regularly hearing talk about what ticket prices are, and you know, the last time WWE came to my town, it was $58. Now it's $268 for the same seat in the same building. And you know, we're every pay-per-view event's becoming a big event. They're talking about making WrestlePalooza a big event every year. So big events mean higher ticket prices, higher gates, all of that. So yeah, I mean, I think there is a great opportunity for AEW to start capitalizing more on being a more affordable product. But there's also a caveat there, because right now, and we talked about former member of this show, Ernest DJ Christian. I know for a long time, I don't know if it's still the case, but he wouldn't really let his kids watch AEW because it's a much different program than WWE. So, yeah, families can afford to go to AEW, but do you want to bring your kid to see tables and thumbtacks?
Darby Allin jumping off of a 30-foot ladder through panes of glass.
You know, yeah, a coffin match. I get it. We had casket matches back in the day, but right, we have a guy in a coffin, two guys in a coffin match that do not care about destroying their bodies.
That will bleed 3.5 minutes into the fucking match.
Yeah. You know, is that what you want to bring your family and your kids to see? So I think if AEW does lean into this a bit, I think AEW is also going to have to, and I'm not saying completely change. I'm not saying turn yourself into TVPG WWE programming. I do think that their TV programming would need to adjust itself. Now, pay-per-views, that's where you can turn it up a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you kind of make it clear without being like blatantly obvious, but that's where you need to be a little bit clear. Just like, you know, hey, for our pay-per-view events, you know, anything can go. So that maybe you should tell a family, proceed with caution. But I think if you would just tweak your weekly TV show a bit, sell the fact that you have $25 tickets to get in these venues. I think there is an opportunity here to grab some, and WWE is making it clear. Here's a report earlier today that they're eyeing events in Japan, Mexico, Spain, and I forget what there was a fourth country over the next like 18 months to 24 months. Okay, well, let's start doing the math here. They want to go back to France because France did really well. We've heard reports about wanting to go back to Puerto Rico. And you know, now they're talking about Japan. They're talking about Mexico. You know they're going to go back to the UK and do a show. As long as Rhea Ripley's hot, you're still going to go dip back to Australia time and again. You're going to Saudi Arabia for the Royal Rumble and then for WrestleMania the following year. You know what's starting to happen? You're starting to lose pay-per-view events in the US and in North America. That's probably another big reason why Saturday night main events become more popular, but those are only 4 times a year.
That's
so
another driving force on why we have 2-night Summerfest, potentially 2-night Royal Rumble, potentially 2-night insert fucking show here, so that we're losing shows. No, you have the same amount of shows available.
Mm-hmm.
You're just gonna have to pick which night you want to go to.
Yeah.
If you can't afford both nights.
Yep.
They don't even do house shows anymore, do they?
Very rarely. Very rarely.
I'm gonna be brutally honest with you. WWE's prices have gone up substantially since a certain situation happened in the world.
Mm-hmm.
COVID.
That's COVID.
It is.
Guess what else has gone up since COVID? Everything else.
Fair.
The reality of the situation is this. They were already in a market of having substantially higher ticket prices than other wrestling promotions across the country, across the world. This was going to happen. And then the guy who already started the uptake on the ticket price sold the company to a company that's only worried about one thing, making money. This was going to happen. Vince signed the first agreement with Saudi Arabia for a boatload of money.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't think that the business model wasn't built right then and there for them to come in and renew a contract, get $250 million for a WrestleMania? What do they have to pay for? Nothing. That $250 is probably just for the show. The Prince Ali G snack bar is probably going to put all of them up in the greatest fucking hotel in Saudi Arabia. He's probably going to pay for the flights. He's probably $250 is probably what they're clearing.
I think was it one of you guys who said it that like the future is probably realistically this year WrestleMania is in Vegas, next year it's in Saudi Arabia. Next year it's in Vegas, next year it's in Saudi Arabia.
I read that on an internet page. I can't take credit for it, but I was the one who said it. They're going to try to turn.
I feel like that's a reality coming. I'm not going to be surprised by that because also too like, and the other thing, and this I think is a whole other bag of donuts that we haven't even opened. But like, and I said this the other day in the group chat because like it just occurred to me, and I was like, fuck. Saudi isn't bringing WrestleMania over there just to fulfill their desire of having a WrestleMania for their fans, you know, for their citizens. They're bringing WrestleMania there to make it a destination. The same way we and many other people have traveled to many places to see WrestleMania, they're hoping that many people are going to travel to their country to give them the tourism boost from seeing WrestleMania. It's a horrifying thought because Saudi Arabia is a pretty dangerous place to travel to. Like, even aside from just the whether or not you should be there, depending on who you are, and you know, like if I'm a woman, I'm probably not going to Saudi Arabia. As a gay man, I'm not going to Saudi Arabia. Like, I'm unfortunately glad that our streak was forced to end last year because both of our jobs wouldn't give us the time off. Because apparently it was going to end by next year anyway. Because zero chance I was going to Saudi Arabia. Even if I had no problem flying, even if, you know, I got over the fact that it's not safe traveling over there because of other countries and other situations that go on all in that general area. The fact that I'm a gay man, and that's not a place where you want to go and be a gay man. You know, Mark Henry pissed me off on Busted Open when he basically was just like, well, don't go around wearing a pride flag and then you'll be okay. And it's like, that's no. Like, I'm sorry. Like, nobody dropped you hard enough because you weren't easy to pick up. So I don't understand what's wrong with you. But no, that I'm just not going to travel someplace where it's seemingly dangerous for me to exist.
Yeah.
Like that's just draw the line, no questions asked. I'm good. So
Yeah, I mean, I understand like what he's saying. I mean, it's like when Brittany Griner was arrested in Russia for having a little bit of weed. Like, if you're going to an international country, you have to
right,
be overly aware of what is acceptable, what's not acceptable
of
in these
course,
places. However, yeah, if
just
it's a
don't
place
go.
where you're not going to be safe, um, then don't. I mean, I'm a straight white dude, and I'm not. But disregard the fact I'm not flying. I'm not traveling to Saudi Arabia.
Right,
Even
right,
if I had the means, I'm not going to that show. Yeah, nobody should really go to that show. Like, to be 100% honest, nobody outside of the people of Saudi Arabia should really go. But yeah,
right.
it's this and and then people have regularly called like the WWE commercials for Riyadh season and stuff. It's kind of a propaganda piece, and it kind of is.
It
Uh,
totally is.
but yeah, it's look, it's the nature of the business. And yeah, to Mike, to your point, I have also agreed with that sentiment of when people talk about ticket pricing, and they're like, like, I'll see people try to like compare it to like, oh, when WrestleMania last came to Detroit in at WrestleMania 23, you could get in the building for $18, and they're coming to Little Caesars Arena and it's $247. And I go, okay, here's the deal. Tomorrow night, as we record this, Hosier is playing at the Hershey Park Stadium, little about 30,000 seat stadium, Hershey, Pennsylvania. So not an A town by any stretch of the imagination, kind of a B town, get some bigger acts. There's along the stadium seating, there is 8 bleacher seating sections on each side of like the football field. And it's and it's an end stage. In the second to last section, there is a seat in row J, so about halfway up.
Okay.
For tomorrow night. $100 for the and that's before fees or anything, right?
So just to get into the building, $100 to see Hosier.
Just to get into the building.
Take me to church, Jesus.
So that's the furthest seat away. You start to get a little bit closer to the stage. You're talking $122, $158 in the first bleacher seat sections. Section D on the floor, $158. First set of seats on the floor, there's $182. So it's $200 to see a concert, between $100 and $200 to see a concert in Hershey, Pennsylvania, for just a concert. We're not talking WrestleMania. We're not talking the Super Bowl. We're not talking the college football playoff national title. And it doesn't justify it, but the reality is ticket prices for premium events are way too fucking high across the board. WWE currently is a premium entertainment event.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it is. It's the top of their business. They're making money hand over fist. Again, the bubble is going to burst. It's not will it burst, it's when will it burst.
And when it does burst, what's the fallback plan?
Right.
The $250 million guarantee.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh yeah, WWE is in a much better place for when the bubble bursts, because the bubble's going to burst on tickets. Like, it's not just going to be a WWE thing. It's going to be no one wants to pay $500 to get in the building to see Taylor Swift.
Nobody wants to pay $200 for a ticket and then have dynamic pricing from Ticketmaster turn that $200 ticket into a $400 ticket plus $150 in fees that you got to pay them for them posting it on their goddamn website.
Right, exactly. Like the bubble's gonna burst overall. WWE is probably in one of the best places for being able to survive that fallout because of deals that they've made with places like Saudi Arabia. Like, no. I 100%, like I said, I don't blame WWE for making these deals. I don't blame them for taking WrestleMania out of the country. Like I said, I would have been a little disappointed if the first one I couldn't go to was because it was going to be in a country that I literally am not safe in. But that's not the case. We broke the streak sooner, because of Jesus, essentially. So it was Easter. So I'm okay with them doing that. That's why I just more think though that like if I'm AEW, I'm not even ragging on WWE. Like I'm not going out there and being like, those guys hate you. Those guys are out, doing deals with Saudi Arabia. That like I'm not throwing shade at WWE. I'm going out there and just being like, hey guys, come enjoy an AEW show. Bring the whole family. $25 a ticket. Like that's it. Just highlight your difference. The thing. So Eric Bischoff has always been on record as saying that you can't be the same as the other company. You have to be different. Something has to be different. When WWE was doing cartoon characters, WCW went and did the NWO. Something different. That gave them the leg up. It made it, it made it possible for them to win for as long as they did. And then when WCW was doing the NWO, WWE was like, okay, we're going to do the Attitude Era. We're just going to have there's no limits. You can do whatever the fuck you want. Something different, This is AEW's chance at something different. And it's a different kind of different. It's not a creative different. It's a make the show affordable for families to go to. It's the constantly tour all over the country so that cities that are not going to get a WWE show for a while, if ever, anytime soon, you're hitting those cities so that if you want to go to a live wrestling show, AEW is your only opportunity. It's not even can I afford tickets to WWE? WWE don't come here. So this is your chance, That is what AEW in my mind needs to do. They need to put themselves out there as the different. But in this case, the different is, hey, you can come see our shows. You might not be able to go see any that other company shows, And that's what I would go for if I was Tony in AEW.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here's okay, go ahead.
You're comment about dynamic pricing, for example, too.
Oh, okay.
Saturday, January the 3rd, 2026. Sunday, January 4th, 2026. The Rockford Ice Hogs come to Hershey for a weekend set with the Bears. The same exact seat, section 123, row W, seat 4.
Okay.
On Saturday night is $50.35. Okay, not too bad. Lower level, premium, one of the best teams in the American Hockey League. The next day, 3 p.m. Puck drop. This is the annual Hershey Bears Teddy Bear Toss.
$700.
They've set the world record for 100,000 bears on the ice after the Bears score. Same seat, section 123, row 4, seat 6, $101.45. Literally double the cost of the night before.
For you to have the ability to throw a bear on the ice.
And it is a great event. I am not faulting the event.
Sure.
Tremendous thing. The Bears go to charity. It is a fantastic thing. But fucking double the cost of the ticket just because there's a teddy bear toss that night. Get fucked, nerds. Get fucked. And this is the team, the city, this is where I learned to love the game of hockey. Get fucking wrecked, geeks. I'm not paying $100 for minor league hockey just because it's a teddy bear toss.
Nope.
It's not happening. There will be people that do it. The game is almost sold out. It is one of the closest to sellouts in the entire season so far. Probably, I'd say, venture a guess, just scanning over the arena, probably less than 100 tickets left for sale. Tickets went on sale like a week and a half ago. But get fucking wrecked, man. $100 for minor league hockey. The first time I saw a Capitals game, now granted it was 2009. Again, the thing we're talking about was cheaper than that.
Absolutely. Here's my thing. And I've read a lot of stuff on social media. Well, WWE royally screwed the pooch because the first international WrestleMania isn't taking place in London. Wrong. Because all they're going to then be told is, all you're doing is copycatting All Out. All Out did it first. Get wrecked, nerd.
Yeah.
That's why London didn't get the first one. But let's talk about something, and I'm going to bring this back into Joe's world because Joe is an avid boxer and a boxing fan.
Just wait, one second. London didn't get the first one because they didn't pay $250 million. That's why they didn't get the first one.
London should have gotten one 10 years ago, and they said no instead. Let's be very transparent.
Yeah, we should have already had an international mania.
That they've only wanted it since like 2014.
Yeah.
They just kept telling them no because cost efficiency wise, it didn't make sense to put the show there because of the money that they would have to spend to get all their stuff from America to England. Guess what? All their shit that they need for the Saudi Arabia show is already in Saudi Arabia. It's been there since they created the first contract 10 years ago.
Truth be told, and I only know this because of my former super secret science job.
Ooh.
There is a European touring set of gear
that's left somewhere
that basically remains in Europe.
Okay.
So like the European like rings and ropes and sound gear and all of that stuff that's already over there. It's stored.
Well, that's a plus.
They go there and then they take the European gear to they travel that to Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
It's a much shorter journey than this. So yeah, like they have stuff there, which makes it even more inexcusable that we haven't gotten a mania over there. But yeah, for sure.
So I think that's part of the driving force between. I do think London will get one eventually, and I think now that there will be an international WrestleMania, I think it'll be sooner rather than later. But they also didn't want their first big international show to be the kid brother of AEW's first two big international show being in the same arena.
Yeah, so this is an easy this is an easy one for them to just be like, okay, cool. Well, we finally got the deal done for Saudi Arabia.
Yep. So here's where I was going before that. Saudi Arabia's already been in the tourist industry. They've been in it for 8-9 years with professional boxing. They have been the home to the pride of England. Anthony Joshua has had 5 title fights in Saudi Arabia. Tyson Fury has had 3 title fights in Saudi Arabia. Alexander Usyk has had 3 or 4 title fights in Saudi Arabia. Jake Paul has had a fight in Saudi Arabia. Riyadh season was a thing long before WrestleMania was thought about of going over there, any of that other stuff. The fact of the matter is this. There are people in this world that are going to only think about the reds and the greens, the positives and the negatives financially when they make these decisions about what they're doing from a business perspective. right, wrong, or indifferent, whether I agree with it or not, that is someone's job. And if their job is to find a way to make as much money as possible, then kudos to them. Because here's the thing that you guys haven't brought up in all of this. They made $250 million from Saudi Arabia just to be there. How many of those ESPN Plus Mega Platinum subscriptions are they going to sell to watch a 2-night event that 90% of the people that go to WrestleMania can't go to now at $30 a clip?
Yeah.
Which by the time WrestleMania in 2 years comes around could be $50 a clip with inflation. The fact of the matter is this: right, wrong, or indifferent, whether I like it or not, World Wrestling Entertainment made a business decision.
Mm-hmm.
AEW does have the potential to do something and be the revolution. You know, the thing that they kept plugging, that AEW was the revolution. They were the change. They have that chance. But here's the problem. Ontario, California, Chicago, Illinois, Jacksonville, Florida, New York, the fucking Taurus Center in Temple. They don't go to the cities that WWE doesn't go to anymore. They have one TV show and they record the second TV show the same night. They don't tour. They don't have house shows. They don't even offer an opportunity. Hell, NXT at least runs shows in the state of Florida that you can take your family to for $25.
Mm-hmm.
I can't get an AEW house show if my life depended on it. Because if they were smart, this entire weekend would be hitting the lower Toronto area. You have a show, you put the last Collision or Dynamite, you put that in Detroit, you go across the water, you do a special Thursday episode of Collision, you put that in somewhere close to Toronto, then you put All Out in Toronto, then you do a special Sunday night show somewhere in Canada. Maybe you don't put it on TV, but at least you offered it. Tony Khan's gonna have to change his whole business model to really take over the American family promotion. And I don't trust that Tony can actually do that.
No.
So on paper, yeah, as much as I don't like the guy, Ricochet makes a lot of sense with his comments. But that's where it ends, because Ricochet also knows that his boss won't do it, because his boss isn't that smart enough to actually attempt to change his business model.
Yeah.
How many times aside from Bryan Danielson's final potential wrestling match have they been in the state of Washington? One other time. And their best professional wrestler that they have that isn't injured, or he's technically injured now, but wasn't injured for a while, is out of Washington State in Swerve Strickland. Darby's from the greater Northeast or the Northwest. You have two of your main guys. Bryan Danielson. You went there once after Bryan retired. And the only reason why you probably put the first one there was because it was Bryan's retirement match.
Yeah.
He's going to have to change a lot for this to be a thing. And to be honest with you, this ain't we fixed it in 6 months. If he wants to do this, he's going to have to put the work in for the next 2 to 3 years. And to be brutally honest with you, I don't think he's got it in him.
No. I mean, yeah, there's always two parts to it. And yeah, I'm not sure he has the second part.
He ain't got that dog in him.
No.
So, okay, just then, and I know we've gone a little long on this, and I'm sure we want to wrap up pretty soon, but just then as a final aside to this, then, if it's not AEW, do you think it'll be somebody else?
No.
I don't think anyone steps up.
I think people will attempt. I don't think that it'll be successful.
Okay.
because unfortunately, most professional wrestling promoters look at the professional wrestling map and there are 4 hotbeds: Florida, Chicago, New York, California. Everybody wants to run there. Let's run the hotbeds because we know that we're going to sell out, rather than taking the chance and having a show in Phoenix or having a show in
Sheboygan.
San Diego or a show in Green Bay, Wisconsin, or a show in Cincinnati, Ohio. I just think that unless you're getting, and this is why Tony Khan could do it, but he'd have to change his entire business model. You gotta get people who have enough money that they can invest into this thing to, I can eat an L in Green Bay, Wisconsin, because I know when I come back in 6 months, instead of $25 a ticket, I can charge $30 a ticket, and I'll fill that place to the fucking Raptors. Rafters, not Raptors. That's a dinosaur. And make my money back. People are worried about what that first show does. And if that first show is a dud, they'll never come back. That's the problem. At least in my mind, because the first show in Miami, quote unquote Miami, it wasn't a dud. How long did it take AEW to come back? A year. And then that show was a dud because they held it in the basketball arena of the Miami Hurricanes. I was at that show. It was a dud. It was empty. And now they're just coming back to the Hollywood/Miami area, and they're running a venue that's inside of a casino. Because the first 2 shows didn't clear the way a Chicago show will clear. Well, no shit, a Chicago show will clear when fucking the wrestling hotbed of the world is fucking Chicago. So yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, I don't think anybody. I mean, TNA is even the only one out there, and I think they're so far away from the market that it's really not close.
You mean NXT 3.0?
Exactly. All right, let's do this real quick. WWE WrestlePalooza Saturday, 7:00. The Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis. Internationally, this will be on the Netflix. But in the US, we are now live on the ESPN Ultimate Experience for $30, or if you are lucky enough to have it in your cable package so far.
So what you're saying is, if you've considered investing in a VPN, this is the weekend.
Either that, or sign up for a 7-day free trial of Fubo TV, because it is on. You do get it with Fubo, so guess what Big Jim's gonna do? Yeah, guess what?
If you pay for the monthly subscription to Disney Plus, look into upgrade your for an extra couple of dollars, and
you can do that as well. But yeah, I have. I'm going to do the Fubo free trial on Saturday to get my WrestlePalooza. It's also showing at some movie theaters. My local movie theater is showing it. So actually, I may end up there. I haven't decided that yet, but all right, we will start.
I just don't want to be around other wrestling fans.
I get that.
I mean, to be fair, I looked up the tickets for the local theater around here that's showing it, which is in Coconut Creek. 1 ticket has sold.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up right now to see.
So don't worry, you'd have plenty of space if you went to that theater, about not being around other wrestling fans.
Fair. I don't know if that's better or worse.
Honestly, I went to an AEW show in a movie theater when they were doing it, and there was like 6 of us in the entire theater. It was cool because it was like me, Craig, and another one of our friends, and like a group of 2 guys, and then a group of 2 other guys. So I guess there was like 7 of us total. Like
there's 7. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10 tickets sold so far. So there's still plenty of available at my local theater. So we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I work on Saturday till 4, so I may pass. I may pass on this one just to stay at home and watch college football and just not do anything. But anyway, we will start. Hell, let's start where we know is the show is starting. John Cena, one of his final 6 remaining appearances. That's crazy. Taking on for what should be the last time, Brock Lesnar. Joe.
I mean, if there's matches that Cena's going to lose during this tail end of his run, they're not going to beat a Brock Lesnar. You know, like he's putting over people that need the putting over, not. This is finishing stories. Like he's got to beat Brock here.
All right, Mike.
My genuine question here: if John Cena wins this match and Brock Lesnar goes away until the Royal Rumble, until closer to WrestleMania, et cetera, if he doesn't come back after WrestleMania, was the outrage really worth the result? Because to me, this feels like John gave Hunter a list at the start of this thing about who he'd want to fight if he could. And Brock was on there because Brock is one of his more notable opponents. And if that's the case, I'm happy that it happened. Whether I agree with it or not, or whether I also believe that Brock Lesnar is a horrible human being. But the guy got what he wanted. And if there's someone who deserves getting the guys that he wants that he could actually get on the way out, I think it is John. So I will be more than content if this was a one-off for Brock Lesnar. And I will look at it as a business decision rather than Brock's coming back into the fold of being a fucking full-time guy again, even though we know he's a fucking terrible person. That being said, funny enough, I wrote a status like 7 years ago: eat, sleep, suplex, repeat, as Brock was, I think, fighting John Cena. This one will be eat, sleep, FU, repeat. Give me John Cena to win the final chapter.
Yeah, I mean, if it is a one-off, I mean, I'm kind of under the, and I've been under the, until we know there's literally no smoke or embers, stay away. But if Cena asks for it, it doesn't make it okay. It makes it better, if that makes sense.
It makes it bearable.
Yeah, we can say bearable. That's it. Yeah, John Cena, easy. The singles match for the undisputed WWE Championship: Cody Rhodes defending against Drew McIntyre. Joe.
As if he's not asleep.
Oh, Joe.
No. I'm here. I was speaking. Okay. I didn't realize I was on mute.
Okay.
I said a whole sentence.
Done that before.
Yeah. I'm going to speak this into existence because I would like to see this. I'm going to take Drew to win. Because if I'm being honest, this is the perfect opportunity right now in this weird time where nothing really matters for Drew McIntyre to have a nice little 2-month title reign. Get it back on Cody at the Rumble, whatever. Get it into WrestleMania on Cody. That's fine. But give Drew his flowers. This man has done a hell of a lot for the last 2 years. And I think giving him a little title run here would be really nice. So I'm gonna go Drew.
Okay. Mike?
You just said give the man his flowers by giving him a meaningless 2-month title run. His first title win was in front of no one.
Well, this one gets to be in front of
where
Pat
he'll never
McAfee.
get cheered.
Well, he's a bad guy.
This isn't giving the guy his flowers if the title run is meaningless and you're going to put the title right back on Cody in a month and a half. If Drew's going to win this thing, let Drew win it and let him run with it.
I mean, I'm fine with that too.
But the reality of the situation is it ain't fucking happening. Adrenaline in my soul, something, Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, Cody. Not that I hate the idea.
I don't hate it either, but
of Drew having a title reign, but I don't think it's happening here. Tag team match: the Usos versus the Vision, Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. Joe.
I love that the Usos are reunited here. I don't think they're actually going to win the match. I think there's going to be some malfunction in the junction. Maybe an Uso takes out another Uso with a spear or something like that. Like, I don't think the Usos are going to win. I'm not as fully bought in to the idea that Jey Uso is going to end up turning heel necessarily, but I do think that WWE knows that people think that's where the story is going, and they're going to at least tease it for a little bit.
Michael.
4 letters. 1 word. Yeah. LA Knight is the newest member of the Vision. He cost the Usos the tag title, the tag match against the Bronze.
Oops.
Dummy.
Yeah.
That's the one I wanted. I forgot I had 2 LA Knights out.
Dummy.
Yeah, I think the Vision wins. I think the Vision wins either way. I'd like to see a little fun twist to it, but yeah, I think the Vision needs it more. So they get it. Singles match for the vacant Women's World Championship: Io Sky versus Stephanie Vaquer. Joe.
Shit, I forgot the title was vacant.
It is.
That's what happens whenever Big Jim goes yeet.
It fucking happens, man.
I love Stephanie. I would love to see her win the belt. I think Io's probably who makes more sense to put it on right now. I feel like it's the safer route, but you know that she could put on a great match with pretty much every single woman on the roster. It's already been proven pretty much. And they've already got some stuff building clearly with her and Rhea and her and Asuka. And I don't know. It just makes more sense, I feel like, right now for Io to be the one that wins it.
I will go the polar opposite because if there's a woman on the roster that doesn't need the women's title right now, it's Io Sky. Because she has everything else already going for her. She's going to have the inevitable match with Asuka. She's going to have the tag match between Asuka and Kairi and her and Rhea, which could eventually lead to the triple threat match between the Asians at WrestleMania in Vegas. Yeah, give me Steph to win because guess what? If you don't put the title on Stephanie Vaquer now, how long before no one cares?
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out if there was a way that I could make her name Stephanie Vaquer, but I didn't think that would roll off the tongue that well.
Yeah, I mean, I would love Vaquer to win, but I picked up Io Sky this week in fantasy, so let's go Io Sky. And then last one, what should main event, given what we know is opening the show, CM Punk and AJ Lee, not defending, but facing.
Yes, defending
The reigning defending married couple versus Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. Joe.
Now, this one I'm going to say, I don't think there's a world where AJ Lee loses her return match after 10 years, after all the excitement that everybody seems to have about her getting back in the ring. So I think AJ Lee and Punk are winning this one. Plus, it makes more sense anyway, because if we're going to spin off into AJ Lee and Becky Lynch feuding over the women's IC title, and you get another Punk and Rollins match over the world title, it makes sense if Punk and AJ Lee are the ones picking up the victory here to then go on a challenge for those belts.
Mike?
Well, I am going to, again, be the polar opposite of Joe here, because if LA Knight does not join the Vision in the Usos tag match, I do believe that there will be somebody joining the Vision in this match. You're right. AJ Lee will not lose this match. CM Punk will eat the fall after someone debuts to join the Vision. Seth Rollins will get the victory because here's where I'm going with what's happening next. It's Roman, it's Punk, and it's the Usos versus the Vision, Petco Park, War Games.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
War Games! War Games! War Games! War Games!
Him saying that on Tuesday almost made me jump out of my chair at work. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that was pretty fun, wasn't it? Don't get me wrong. I'd be fine with the leading up to that. I wouldn't be surprised if Seth and Becky win. But I will pick Punk and AJ Lee. There we go. All right, let's why don't we hit wrestlers of the week and get on
The
out.
week. All right, let's go. Who wants to start?
Well, so let me start by saying that instead of going through the humdrum of me pretending that I have any idea of anything that happened in wrestling this week and asking you guys for that, how about I just donate each one of my picks to each one of you guys and I peace out here for the sake of the children?
You could have also just said that you're tired and want to go to sleep and saved all of us from the mundane of selling off your picks.
Either way, have a great week, Joe.
Donating my picks.
Whatever you say, Prince Akbar.
Have a great week, Joe.
You guys have a good one.
Bye, buddy.
All right, Mike, I'll lead us off with Dominic Mysterio, your new AAA Mega Champion.
So this is Dominic Mysterio versus his dad for that title versus Mask at some point, right?
Oh, for sure.
All right, cool. I will take the man who retained his, I don't know what title it is, but it's probably the mid-card title there. El Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr.
Yeah. I will take the new AAA Arena de Reinas #1 contender, Natalia.
Should have been Natty.
Should have been.
You know what? I'm gonna go look at some results real quick because that being said, I'm gonna go to the Unified International and Continental Eliminator match from last night on Dynamite. Masquerita, Torito, Dorado, Supremo.
Golden Sriracha Doritos.
Yeah.
Very tasty, by the way, if you have not had them. And my last one, still your U.S. champion from SmackDown last week, Sami Zayn.
I just mumble his song for the rest of the night. Solely for the post match angle, I'm gonna take El Grande Americano just because then we had 5 El Grande Americanos.
Love it.
Plus, I have no idea who else I would vote for at that point. So, Ole.
There we go. All right. You can get me at Big Jim Sports, Blue Sky, Twitter, hit the link tree. Check out 3CT. Check out Huddle Up Podcast. We're live every week. That's it.
Dodgers win. I win. Until next week, for Jim, Joe, I'm Mike. Don't worry about where to follow us. It's fine. We'll see you next week on the Take 3 Wrestling Podcast.